next item is an MOU regarding the lieutenant's position. Chief, I'll let you explain that to the commission.
What's an MOU, please?
Memorandum of Understanding with the union. When this was discussed at the time of a new contract was ratified, we did not have a lieutenant at that time. After the contract, we created a lieutenant position. And this is to bring in line the language with the other promotions in the contract, so that any future positions will be filled the same way.
So
And obviously, this language has to be approved by the union first. It has not been approved by the union, so
what you're looking for is uniformity throughout?
that's correct.
Has the charter been explored? Why do we have to have testing before we start promoting?
There's no requirements in the charter above and beyond the contract.
Beyond the contract?
Yeah, the contract would
The contract supersedes the
That's
charter?
correct. That's correct.
Okay, and you have not discussed this with the union yet?
Yes, the union is aware of this. This is how the position was filled,
Oh, I
and it was discussed at contract negotiations. This wasn't included in the contract at that time because the position wasn't approved in the budget yet. So now we're just cleaning up, saying the position was approved and using the process that we discussed and similar process with the other positions, bring everything into line, so to have something written.
When will this be approved?
Well, we would approve it tonight, the
Tonight?
commission, and then the union would bring it to their membership
Okay.
and do a vote. And if everybody is in agreement there, then it would be signed
That'll
off.
become, right?
And it would become part of the contract,
Okay.
correct.
Oh, I got it.
And then incorporated into the next contract.
Any question, Chief? Do any of the other positions in the force, like sergeant, detective sergeant, captain, have a clause in it that says all candidates for the position must be a current Windsor Locks police officer?
Yes, the sergeant position has one currently. I'd have to go into the contract and look at the other ones. But typically, when you have a promotion, it has to be from within the department, outside the non-union position. That makes sense.
All our current sergeants were?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, that's common language that you have to come up through the ranks. So you wouldn't hire somebody from outside to supersede the current employees.
Has the new contract taken consideration branch of clerk relative to the?
Yes, it is.
It is?
It's within the contract already,
Okay.
with the same language.
I've got a couple questions. There's no testing required for this position?
No,
You do so for the sergeants, though, right?
just for the sergeant position.
Why wouldn't you have testing for the lieutenant's position?
Well, the thought is to have the same as we did with some of the other positions. It also gives more management rights to filling a upper management position. It's common in an upper management position that as a chief, you want to get the right people into the right spot and you build your management team. In this department, we're relatively small, so a lieutenant position is a very important management position. And it gives the latitude of the chief and the commission of putting the person that they feel is the best to facilitate the changes that we want to make.
Do you have a job description or duties anyplace? Because I haven't been able to find any.
There has not been one completed yet, no.
But you already have a lieutenant,
That's correct.
and no job duties?
Well, they do have duties, there's no written job description.
I'd rather see the job description first before we go agreeing with anything. I mean, that's just me. I mean, you kind of want to have an idea of what that person individual's going to be doing. If we're just going to make
Why
positions and not have
is he
duties
saying
set
that
up
there's
ahead
no
of time.
testing because he wants
The duties are
managerial rights
stipulated as
in order
we
to
put
pick
them
up
forward.
a man
It
that's
actually
being
then would give the management
managerial,
rights
but then the
so
person's a
the
union
management
member.
body,
Great.
I would say that we're in a better position. The union obviously will request a job description at some point. That's been working with the personnel department, as usually through personnel. And that brings up the point of upgrading all our job descriptions, because most of them are quite old.
So actually, you're working on this, hasn't been completed, but you're working on it,
That's correct. We're actually working on all the ranks
all the ranks.
with personnel.
Yeah, but I
Right.
go along with Rick over here. Before we appointed, we should have had some kind of job description there, even though it was a rough one. So 30 more promotions. We should have it all laid out before we know what we're gonna do.
I think prior to any future promotion, we'll have that in
You'll have
place.
that?
But, that's correct.
Good.
Usually that is a position taken from the union side, more of a protection situation, and I'm sure that will be coming.
And the union will be working with you on this, with the, we have people at the town hall who are resource people and
Human resources.
human resources, and they will assist. Good.
I would agree with Greg as well. I mean, I think we can wait to approve this before, I mean, we already have a lieutenant in place, so it's not like someone's gonna get promoted anytime soon. It'd be nice to have a job description in place before,
Well,
it's like the cart before the horse.
I think the duties and the descriptions of the duties are some kind of self-explanatory. They're gonna be generalized, for supervision within the department.
But it's
I
good
don't
to
think
have
it
those,
impacts
it's
how
good to
the
have those
position is filled.
policies, those procedures, those job descriptions in place prior.
I think it's two different things, but I understand your point.
I think at this point, it serves no harm to go ahead and approve this. It's gotta be approved by the union anyways, and we only have lieutenant in place. It's not like we're gonna undo somebody because we got a different job description. That's two different, it's apples and oranges. I think we can go ahead with and approve this tonight. And that would be my-
Yeah, I don't see the relationship. This is how you make the promotion, not how you perform the duties.
Well, if you're gonna promote someone to a position, it's kinda good to have an idea of what exactly you're gonna be doing. If you wanna make another lieutenant,
I think the chief has a pretty good idea of what they're gonna be doing. He's gonna
we
be
as
able
a
to make the,
commission, we as a commission should be making those decisions too.
and we will. Said,
We're upgrading all that, but as far as this, thing is before us tonight, to whether we have a job description or not right now on paper is irrelevant as far as I'm concerned. If we pass this and see if the, union wants to do the same. The union has the option of opt out on this as well.
I mean, I think, I agree with just putting the carpet on that floor, but I don't think it would hurt to wait till the next meeting to approve this, because by then we'll have a job description. Pretty easy.
Well, that's also something that potentially could be negotiated with the union, so it depends.
But also, we
I'm
have-
saying, as it is now, it actually gives management more rights and more abilities, so, in a sense,
taking away from
Taking
management,
away.
the person who is to be managed.
also you have that last line, is whoever's appointed, 1 year of probation period may be returned to his or her prior position at the chief's discretion with no loss of seniority. So he or she, it's not temporary for 1 year, then if there's a situation, he could, or she could be returned. So we have it out there, it's not locked in. And I think we have to go along with the discretion of the chief of police on this up here. And his wisdom certainly has proven correct in the past, I was gonna say years, but the time he's been in office up here. And he will be appointing the best of what I've seen. He has appointed the best right down the line over here. I have no problems with the judgment, and I don't think we should take management's rights away. Also, they're working on new guidelines up here with the union's help, because we want their input very, very much in here, and we will have a better situation. Though I think, and I went along with Rick when he said we should have something there in the beginning, but a lot of things were happening and so forth. I would go along go along with the chief's discretion. What on his past record, what he's done, and what he will continue to do over here. But the clause for 1 year can give us plenty of a situation over here. But Rick's idea was very good, and the idea was good, but we do have a lieutenant, we do have someone who's doing the job and has the ability to do the job, so it was a good selection. It was a good selection. And that's all I'm gonna say now.
Is there a motion?
I make a motion that we move this, approve this special chief for the MOU as it is written.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion passed.
2 nays. Yes. Okay, I look for a motion to enter executive session, inviting Chief Osanitsch, Board of Finance Chairman Douglas Glazier, and Town Labor Attorney Kevin Green.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
There's the problem right there. Flip flopper.
Yeah. We gotta go.